And it is time for more Theros Chaos, the mythic odyssey of Theros, and whatever shit show you've got yourselves into this week. Do you remember what happened last time? What did you do? How did you end up here?
Followed the sea.
You followed the sea and followed your hearts. Not entirely true, but close.
We went back to the boat.
Well, you dealt with the sharks, one of which had
Yeah.
been mutated to have arms. You made Scuds as bigger than she's ever been before. Actually, I believe you made her size gargantuan.
Yes.
And you managed to steal the Nar shark as well as a lot of seawater as you just opened the bag underwater and just used it like a vacuum.
I'm sure Granny won't mind.
And then, yes, you made your way back to the boat. What happened on the boat?
We made our way back to the boat. We heard the roaring of the crow, is it?
It is a crow, yes, that roars like a lion.
We heard the roar of the crow, and then Scuts made a compass.
It is a compass, but it doesn't point in the cardinal directions. It seems to point somewhere else entirely.
Yeah. We followed it, I think.
You followed it and the bird because they were both going in the same direction until you arrived at a small island covered in jungle.
Then something was like, sounded like it was laughing at us.
You weighed anchor, deciding to take a rest at the island, try and get your bearings, see if you can find something to make you realise where you are in Theros. You can get back on track to Olantin as you are lost at sea. And when you landed, you saw a bunch of skeletons in the ground. And decided to leave the captain by himself, along with the traveller's amulet to get back to Granny and essentially a mounted ballista, and left him on his merry way because things in the trees were laughing at you in birdish. Decided, let's not deal with that. Let's just walk away. Which is wise for this party. I'm impressed.
We walked down the beach following the compass. Found a boat, I think.
You did find this broken boat.
Scuts went rooting around in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was some dinosaur. I can't remember what they were, but dinosaurs.
Found some liquid metal or liquid bronze, molten bronze armor in the boat, which you poured on Mr. Burbles, so he's now got an AC of 16. So he's extra tanky for the already tanky Mr. Burbles. And then, yes, further along the beach, there were 3 ankylosaurs grazing on some of the plants. But there was something odd about these ankylosaurs.
Scuts could see them glowing.
They had glowy mouths and stomachs.
We tried to talk to them. Sogeg basically became one of them.
Sogeg found his spirit animal.
And while they were talking, a big thing showed up.
So
and ate one of them or something?
Yes, as you were approaching the ankylosaurs, something large leapt out of the water, causing them to scatter, but one of them couldn't get away fast enough and died to the bite of a great and terrible dinosaur. That, hopefully, Go to everyone in the Roll20 chat. Big old dinosaur.
We can beat it.
And this one seems to be covered in similar glowing that the ankylosaurs had. Only this seems to be dotted all over its body as opposed to just around its mouth and stomach. I believe it bellowed a frightening roar, which a few of you failed, although I can't remember who because I didn't mark it down.
I
'cause I'm an
failed.
idiot.
I think it was
failed?
exclusively me and Pogek, pretty much.
I think I failed.
I think the only one. Oh, let's have a look. Saves. Scud's passed and Neil passed. And I think everyone else failed.
Spooked.
As you are spooked by this giant dinosaur. And that's where we will pick up. So, I will give you guys either a movement or an action to decide what you want to do. But if you linger, it will very much be a rolling for initiative moment. This thing definitely looks angry. And for those that can't directly see where it is up here.
I run into the trees.
Are you just fully leaving?
Oh, that's I
Like,
saw.
nope.
Sogek remembers what he was doing now. I follow the rest of the ankylosaurs because they all started running to it, and I've not really got out the illusion that I am one of them. So I start running in there.
I mean, it just killed one of your new brothers, so you're also terrified
I'm also
of it.
terrified of it.
But you could choose fight instead of flight.
It's not. Sogeg is not terrified of it. It's Sogeg and Kylosaur that is terrified of it. I'm an actor. But after this turn, you know I'm going to run at that thing.
Yeah, we have a
Kill my
homebrew
friends.
for frightened condition where you potentially choose between fight or flight, and either have to run at it and try and kill it, or run the hell away as fast as you can. So you're welcome to choose one or the other. It doesn't force you into one or the other.
I shall wait for everyone else's movement.
I'm closer.
Zork wants to get closer for some reason. Okay.
I respect that. I respect that a lot.
Scuds, Mr. Verbals, is there an action or a movement you'd like to take?
I think Scuts is curious about the markings on it. So she's going to step forward and shout at it in Primordial. She's going to say, "Hey, pal," in Primordial.
Make an animal handling check.
God, these never go well.
Okay.
Oh shit. Yes, waste those nat 20s
Okay,
right now.
get the 20s out early. Actually, I need to just notice that on my screen, offline Bennett is covering the rules, so I'm just going to hide them away. Okay.
Bennett, wake up!
Okay, well, we'll see what happens with that, but it does seem you do seem to have caught the entirety of its attention. We'll put it that way. It is solely focused on you.
I mean, no stealth from me.
All right.
Yep, no stealth from you if you were trying to be stealthy. Anything from Mr. Burbles? Are you coming along too?
No, he's gonna cower in the cauldron.
He's hide. Okay. Nadrin and Neil. Are you any actions or moves?
Run this way.
Run away.
And Neil is gonna run about there.
Okay. Well, with everyone taking their actions... Oh, Sogek, you didn't take one because you waited for everyone else.
As Sogeg scuttles towards the foliage, I will just start nibbling on a nearby bush that is glowing blue.
None of these bushes are glowing blue.
Which ones are glowing blue?
It was just the ankylosaurs.
Oh, just the ankylosaurs.
So whatever they had eaten that was glowing blue isn't from around here.
I will begin to nibble on the nearest blue thing.
It'll probably be some spittle from an ankylosaur.
Actually, I believe it's some of my mussel... Is mussel shark meat blue?
Well, actually, the nearest glowing blue thing to you would probably be Neil.
Please don't nibble on him.
Sogeg just... I was going to say on all fours, but on more all fours than usual. I just raise my head like a wily ankylosaur, and I just stare at Neil. And I ponder for an action.
Okay, well, with that, I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
How does Neil taste? Oh, a crit.
Get those crits out early.
Oh, fuck. Crit on the other end of the spectrum.
Makes me sad that my crit for initiative is 19. What up with that? How's that fair?
And yet, Neil still goes faster than you.
It's so slow.
Okay, that's oh no, we still need Pogeg.
Oh yes, sorry. Pogeg, get out. We have fighting to do. Here.
Get that trumpet going. Well, first in the turn order is Neil. You can see this great Spinosaur sort of glowering at Scuts. Definitely, I mean, there's blood actively dripping from its jaws from the kill it just made. So it definitely does not look friendly. But it also hasn't immediately run at you, so kind of hard to tell.
Neil is gonna stay where he is. And let me just... So if it runs at Scuts and attacks her, Neil is going to hold his action to spit at it.
He's building the loogie in his mouth. Just
He's really working
ready.
on it.
Yeah, bringing it from the back of the throat. Okay, is that everything for Neil then? Just holding his action?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he'll hold his action.
Sogeg, the Inspired.
How long does the fear effect last?
It would end at this point.
As I look around, and for my fallen brethren, I shout out, "My bushes!" As I'm gonna launch myself.
Wording was, "Hey, hey." I believe that was their particular.
I've got the accent down yet. As Sogeg stands firm as I grab a trusty javelin as I launch it towards the great beast.
Okay.
Take this,
Initiate
you
combat.
beast!
Yeah, he's going to take it.
Yeah.
Don't think you get the dueling style on that one, but
I don't know. No.
Yeah, definitely managed to throw a javelin at the side of this great monster. It doesn't
the whale
seem to care.
It
but
bleeds.
It definitely
now.
hit it. It definitely does bleed from a little scratch on its side.
Got one child divinity. That's all I need. I'm saving it.
Okay.
As I point to the as I will sheepishly sort of just, I'll hold on to my call of combat as I think Scuts is doing something first. You just see Sogeg itching to make this beast do a 1v1 with him. As I'll spend the rest of my bonus action just
I mean, you've got a second
Pogeg.
attack if you want a second attack.
I think that javelin sent the message.
That's fair.
As I'll just instruct Pogeg. Pogeg, get on that rock and wave the flag of Sogeg. And pass turn.
Okay. Well, it's going to use a legendary action to start charging at Zogag.
Oh, curses.
Okay. Pogag.
Well, now, Sogeg just looks at the great beastie, sort of twiddles his many thumbs, sort of. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but Pogeg's just going to read all these moves about not dying, and Pogeg will take his master's call and run to the rock. Away, as
Yeah,
master told me. Is that a attack of opportunity?
it wouldn't be. It would need to have been a little closer.
Thank God. I was saying that. No, I'm not going to be stupid. I was tempted.
Pogeg's got like 4 different ways to not die. You'll be fine.
Pogeg stands on top. Seeing glory, though. Pogeg, with one hand holding out the flag of Sogeg. With the other, he sort of awkwardly pulls back his short bow and attempts to shoot it one-arm style at the beast.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to disadvantage myself. I think he deserves it.
I'll give Pogeg a point of inspiration for willingly disadvantaging himself for that. In that sense, I'll essentially, as he's waving the flag of Sogeg, before his next turn, he can give one other person an advantage on one of the things they're doing. His inspiration.
I hope that inspires Skuts as Pogeg just heroically waves this great flag.
Okay, well, Skuts, we're on you. It was staring you down, interested in what you were saying, and then all of a sudden a javelin hit it in the side, and now it's run after Sogeg.
Shit. Maybe we can calm it down. Pet it aggressively.
Let's see. She's just like staring in horror as Sogeg just like runs in and launches the javelin, and then it just fucking goes straight at him. So what would we do here? What do you say? She's going to look up at it and shout even louder in primordial and see if it understands her. And she'll say, we challenge you to an arm wrestle. Just to see if it understands her, maybe catch it off guard.
Okay, make another animal handling check, please.
Good.
You definitely see it sort of twitch as you bellow, as it's clearly aware that you're there, but it doesn't seem to understand the words you're saying. You don't think it can actually speak primordial. You get the feeling that it reacted to you initially because you were being loud.
Oh, okay. Then I would like to use my bonus action to dig in my shirt. We have a very nice smelling handful of items here, yeah.
Yeah, a nice fragrant waft comes out of your shirt.
Tucking Nadrin's incense smell good stick back in her shirt, she'll pull out the olive branch twisted into a crown that smells strongly of lilies.
You've got
and try to calm it down by hucking it directly at its. That's how you calm stuff down, right?
Yep.
So are you
Definitely.
hucking it with force to be a calamity, or just sort of trying to get it nearby it?
Oh no, we're using improvised weapon.
Okay,
This is an attack.
Go ahead and make the attack roll. Okay, you bean it in the face with the crown of nice-smelling olive branches, causing it to completely shatter on impact, but leaving a good few lily-scented splinters in the side of its face.
You did it a favour.
Remove that from the granny bag.
Shoot, I'm not close enough for a second attack. And I can't grab another weapon. Yeah. She'll just look at Sogeg. Sogeg, this thing doesn't know how to arm wrestle. Let's take it down. And I guess that's the end of my turn.
Well, it's going to use another one of its legendary actions to attempt to claw at Sogeg. For some reason, compelled to swing its arms at him.
Thing's starting to make an enemy of me.
A 21.
Oh, that is a hit. Ow.
Doing 23 slashing damage. It is non-magical, so you would take half this because of your acrotary.
I laugh at its face.
Aren't you glad I remembered that for you?
Yeah, I am actually. Thank you. The winds are kind to me today. Oh,
So you'd only take 11 damage.
I can take those like a bath in the waters or whatever.
Mr. Burbles.
Mr. Burbles is wildly upset right now. His new idol Sogeg is being attacked, so oops. I'm trying to check how far he can go. Why is it dragging it everywhere?
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening with it, but he's doing his little dance.
He's just prancing around for a second here. There we go. We got 30
He's
feet
just
to
so
Sogeg.
excited to get
going
into
that far.
combat.
Yeah, he's Roll 20, give me the character sheet. Okay, well he's leaping and bounding forward while I figure out how fucking far he can leap him bound.
I believe he's got a 40-foot movement speed.
Okay, because yeah, he should be able to get to Alright, so he's gonna get over there and he's going to attack if he's close enough. Where's his character sheet? I think I just went past it.
If you hold down the Alt key and
jeez.
double-click Mr. Burbles' token, it will open up his character sheet.
There we go. It wasn't working for me before. Alright, there we go. Technical difficulty.
It's roll 20 being roll 20.
Alright, so if he's over here and he can make it. Not quite. But he's gonna run right up next to Sogeg and use Bonded. As an action, you can choose a number of friendly creatures equal to your proficiency.
His proficiency would be 3 because he's considered a level 7 companion.
Okay.
So you can pick 3
So
creatures within that range.
It would be Skuts, Pogeg, and Sogeg.
Okay.
Nice.
You're all essentially blessed as long as you remain within 30 feet of Mr. Burbles.
Hooray.
You can add a d4 to any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Okie dokie.
I'll put this little blessed symbol on everyone to remind me that you are.
Take my Balex modifier.
Okay, and that would be Mr. Burbles' turn.
Okay. Zolk.
Uh-oh.
The rat's gonna make an Eldritch bucket.
Eldritch Bucket.
Yep.
And what would the rat like to do with said bucket of Eldritch energy?
Well, it cost me an action to make that, so this turn I'm not going to be able to use it. But I'm then going to stand next to the dinosaur.
That seems wise.
It now has disadvantage. Aha!
Exactly.
Yeah, you're using it against him.
Okay. He's a big brain rat. Remembered.
That's me.
Okay. Well, it's the dinosaur's turn now, and he has currently been stabbed and hit in the face with a crown. So he's pretty salty. So okay, he's gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll split them up evenly. So first of all, he's gonna try and slap Zolk with his tail.
You can try.
He's gonna try 29,
Succeeded.
doing 17 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
Where's that thingy I've got? Does that work for just making him roll again, or is it just dis? Yep. Force it to roll again.
Nice.
Okay. $21.
Bugger. I got hit harder.
Hang on, how far away is Zolt from me? He's way too far away.
Okay.
That is 21 damage.
Yeah, that is way too far away.
That is 21 damage.
I can't do anything.
Okay. Let's decide who's getting the work. So we're going to go for... Okay. So he's going to use a claw attack against Sogeg. 18. It's going to miss. A claw attack against Mr. Burbles.
Are you?
22, doing 21 slashing. And then he's going to bite Miss Pogeg.
Oh, you've made an enemy today.
A 15.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that hits, but I'm going to check. I've done the classic. I've minimized my character sheet. I can't see on my screen where the hell it is. It's there. No, it's not. That's the other token. How do I? Oh my god, I'm having one of those days. That's why that's not working. A 15. Oh, you match my AC. That is a hit.
Oh, okay. Go on.
I am going to use my Thassa's Devotee.
Mm-hmm.
Choose a creature within 60 feet of me, give them 10 temporary hit points, and if they're reduced to 0, it doesn't really matter because it's not within range. But if it was within 5 feet of the creature, it would then take some damage.
Yeah.
But it's not within 5 feet. But I will save Pogeg by giving him 10 more. I'll basically give him 10 more hit points.
So that's,
appreciate that.
Yeah, 35 points of damage.
35. That's yeah. Oh, Pogeg.
There goes Pogeg.
Wily little fella.
He's not dead. He's
momentarily down for now.
Just out.
Although I do have the strong-willed. After a minute passed, I regain 1 hit point.
He is currently grappled within the Spinosaurus' teeth, and so long as
Oh wait, I've got a Phoenix Feather.
That is true. You've got a Phoenix Feather. Would you like to use it?
Is Phoenix Feather on down or is it on death?
Let me have a look at the
Please,
wording.
it's been a while since I've seen.
Yes. A Phoenix Feather.
May be useful.
The first time you would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage, you instead regain hit points equal to your maximum hit points, and the feather bursts into flame. So you'd go back up to 30, but you lose.
I don't have a choice to use that or not, do I? I believe that just happens.
So long as you're attuned to it, it's basically just immediately happens. Yeah, it's your get out of dead free card.
Phoenix Feather, you were useful.
Yeah, he's still grappled in the jaws of the Spinosaur, but he is at least not dead.
This wasn't was it? No.
If it's in his jaws, does that count as him being within 5 foot or not?
You know what? That is actually a good point because
'Cause
the
it's in its mouth.
yeah the splash or the attack was it biting, and you would have used that. So yeah, I'll allow it. Do the damage.
Okay, so that is 2d8 cold damage.
9 points. Okay, you definitely freeze the inside of its mouth.
Old mouth.
You know, has wet mouth.
Quick, give it brain freeze.
Ooh,
Okay,
I roll deeper to give it brain freeze.
Nadrin.
Okay, so Scuts didn't rage, did she? No. Damn it. I will use. Let's do it again. 20-foot radius. Okay, that's. Bit much.
I mean, you can, if it's an area of effect spell you're using, you can target it away from the creature so it's just that it gets hit by or is within the radius. So say if you manage to target, let me get manage to do over here, you'd be able to get just it, but not all of your allies.
For now.
Zolk's disadvantage is 10 feet.
For now, I am going to hit it with a magic missile.
You're going to stick with magic missile. Fantastic. I believe you still have the epithet active.
I do.
And if I'm not mistaken,
So
that is 2d8 to begin with to see what type of damage it does.
2d8.
While I try and find the actual ruling. There it is. Oh, you got doubles. Oh, so it's
That means
guaranteed lightning damage, but it means you double the amount of shots you take.
Ooh.
Great. Okay.
Also,
so
considering all of these are going at the same target, I will also allow you to use your meta magic to double
Yes,
the number
I'll
of
do
shots,
that.
which would
I
then
will do
quadruple
that.
the number of shots.
So that's.
So that's 12 shots
Four.
entirely. Or are you using a level 2 slot?
No.
So by default, it would be 3. You double it because of
3.
your meta magic to 6, and double it again because you've got double
Oh
5s
my god.
to 12.
So
So that
I'll
will be
do it.
12d6 plus 12.
How do I even roll that much?
If you go to the advanced dice roller on the side, and actually
Okay.
type in roll 12 and then d6 plus 12. It's the easiest way to do it.
Right. Okay. So roll d6 plus 12, and it's 12. 12d6 plus 12.
All lightning damage as well.
Oh my god.
Gee, okay. So you just see crackling wild energy surround Nadrin as it just seems like a bolt of lightning strikes from her, made up of smaller bolts of lightning, as 58 points of lightning damage slam unavoidably into this Spinosaur.
Jesus.
Who said magic missile was a bad spell? Jesus.
And how many sorcery points did that use up?
I believe just
it.
one, because
Just
it's a
one.
level 1 spell.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Hang
did
on, is it-
58 damage on a level 1 spell.
Nice.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 1.
Oh. I mean, there's a reason why you have to roll a 2d8 because that's quite a slim chance of getting the doubles. But when you get those doubles, because this is the first time you've got doubles since getting that epithet, when you
It
get
is,
it,
yeah.
oof,
That's
it hits
strong.
hard. Any bonus actions?
I'm good.
Yeah, just gonna sit there and be satisfied, lightly smoking
gonna
from
kinda
all
be
of the lightning.
I'm just gonna be like there, feeling kind of stunned and be like, I just did that.
Wait, what just happened?
What did I just
I
do?
blinked. What happened? Okay, Neil.
Oh god, it's Neil's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess his reaction didn't go off.
It did not, because it didn't run at Scats.
Yeah. He's gonna take a few steps forward. And he is going to... Where did I put his character sheet? I've got so many things open right now. He is going to spit.
Gonna let that loogie fly. And that is a hit.
Yay.
8 acid damage and lighting him up.
And you didn't change it so he can only do it once per turn yet, have you?
No, I have not.
He's gonna do it again then.
Yeah, that's fine. It's only bad when you've got like a lot of enemies around and you can just like light up everybody. Yeah, it's fine. He deserves to be strong after everything he's been through.
He really struggled for a
He
bit.
struggled for a while, and now he's a demigod. But okay.
God of all eel hounds.
Look, can you not just see the power in his face? All right, is that everything from Neil?
Yeah.
Okay. The Spinosaurus is going to take one of its legendary actions. And it is going to attempt to give... it's going to go for Zulk for another little scratch. .26, doing 20 slashing damage.
I don't have my reaction anymore, do I?
You do not have your reaction until your next turn, yeah. You'll get
Ow.
one reaction between turns. Yeah,
That's an ouchie.
that is indeed.
At least I get to just delete a number, and that's the damage.
Okay. Sogeg.
Wow. My frown has been reversed, turned upside down. Can I see Pogeg through this creature's teeth?
Yes.
I'm going to try and get in its mouth.
Okay.
It's
Mouth is
Sogeg.
currently clamped around Pogeg, but...
I don't quite know if I'm proud of this beast or angry, but I know when a beast has got its jaw more around your Pogeg, arm wrestling's the only thing you can do in a time like this. I puff up my arms and I shout, Sogeg power! And I'm going to attempt to grapple the beast's jaw and wrench it open.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Be an advantage as it's with my arms because I'm a big boy.
That is enough. You managed to break its grapple. So Pogeg is freed.
I scream out, Mogis, as I use my bonus action to cast a very much definitely going to be needed Shield of Faith on myself.
As that is a grapple, it's considered an attack, so you would have your
That's
second
the
attack.
point. Oh. Well, I'll do that anyway, because
Okay.
it's always nice having that.
Concentration.
And with my second attack, just because it's cool, but it's going to be a disadvantage, but it doesn't matter, is I will put my other arm into its mouth and say, Ice to meet you, as I shoot my Ring of the Ram point blank into its gullet.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh!
It'll be at normal, I believe, because advantage, but disadvantage because it's within 5 feet, I believe. That seems right.
Is it a ranged attack?
It is a ranged attack.
Then yes, so it would be at normal.
I will be using 2 charges. Pow.
Okay, that's definitely going to hit.
As it does 6 damage.
A mighty 6 damage down its throat.
Oh wait. Double check. I've not used this in a while. That seems. I remember.
That seems a lot smaller than last time. But then again, you did roll pretty low.
I knock it against the side as I actually remember. Sorry, no, that's double that. For each charge, it does 2d10 force damage. So I knock it against one of its teeth
2d10
to blast the rest of the stuff out. There's 11 damage.
5 more damage. Whew.
As can it says I can push it back 5 feet away from me. Can I do that?
Is it based?
Is it too big?
Yeah. Does it say any stipulation about big creatures?
It doesn't, but I have a feeling that's very possible that it doesn't because this item wasn't even thinking of that.
I'm going to say because you shot it directly down the throat that yes, it will be pushed 5 feet back from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I'll end my turn with, I assume, Pogeg sort of just falling out of its mouth.
Yeah, Pogeg currently falling into your arms.
I'd never leave you,
still within
Pogeg.
range. It's going to scratch you back.
Oh, you don't think Pogeg's not going to run away?
Oh no! Well, this is going against Sogeg. 32.
Ooh, that is a hit.
You're doing 24.
Wait a minute! I get +2 to my AC. I do get +2 to my AC.
Oh,
now, that is a hit. Just by skin of its teeth.
Fucking hit. No, I have 35 AC. Go
just
fuck
you
yourself.
wait.
24 slashing damage. I need a Constitution saving. It would be 12 slashing damage because you're resistant to non-magical. And I need a Constitution saving throw. To maintain concentration.
I believe this will be at advantage because of I always forget. Sorry, one of my Mogus. Disciple of Mogus. If I damage a creature, I gain advantage on saving throws caused by that creature.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm also blessed. My blessing of bless.
Yeah, you managed to maintain concentration on your Shield of Faith.
Yay.
Okay. Pogeg.
Well, Pogeg's going to do what Pogeg does best. And I'm going to use Cunning Action, and I'm going to disengage. Scarper, Pogeg. Scarper.
Pogeg did all right. He got eaten and didn't die.
No, instead what he's going to do is, as follower of the great Pogus, he spins around and he slashes at the great beast with his mighty scimitar. Hya.
That is a miss.
Realizing that he is small and the beast is great, he's now going to use a cunning action to disengage.
Now he's going to
run, Pogeg, run! As Pogeg is going to maintain a safe distance, so disengage is how many feet? Is it your normal movement or is it 15? I can't remember.
Disengage just means that you can't have attacks of
you
opportunity.
just don't. Yeah.
So you move up to your normal move, but you just won't get attacks of opportunity against you.
I'm being a dingus. As Pogeg will stand a safe 30 feet away, and I'll just pull out my horn, or be ready to pull out my horn next turn, as he prepares a mighty wild toot.
Okay.
He's Pogeg.
Scuts.
Ooh.
This thing is definitely damaged from the massive lightning bolt that hit it. But aside from that, it doesn't actually seem that phased.
Scuts looks actually really uncomfortable right now. She's looking at Mr. Burbles because he's sitting there a certain way, and she just looks at Sogeg, and she's gonna say, "You're gonna want to run," and she's gonna actually retreat back here. And use her bonus action to grab some items.
How far away from you are you from Mr.
Oh no!
Burbles? Oh no, you're still within range of paired or bonded.
In bonded. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Whichever one of those you want to pick.
She'll keep the spinning top out.
You have a
And
little spinning top, a little dreidel with 4 faces: happy, sad, wrathful, and dead.
Oh no!
she's gonna
Let's have this.
stare into the dead-looking face. It's the perfect thing to throw. And she'll. Yeah, I guess we're gonna throw it.
How far away are you?
It might be too far.
Nope, you're still
Am
within
I?
normal
Oh,
range,
okay.
so it'd be an advantage
Oh,
because of Neil's blech.
all right. Let's go ahead. We got an oh,
Okay, roll a d4 for me.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, you hit it with the happy side of the 4 face top, and as it hits, it seems to glow, and you see some of the burn marks and bleed marks onto this creature start to fade and knit themselves back together.
Ah.
A look of severe confusion on Sogeg's face.
Because I'll be honest, it was one of those where it's like, oh, there's 4 options. Maybe I do something different if depending on which option you get.
Oh god.
If only you got dead.
I tried.
But that will destroy the item as well, so out that goes from the granny bag.
Ah, I understand now. You must have done that to make it bleed more.
You're putting more
It
blood
makes
back
sense now.
into it so you can take more out of it.
Exactly.
Big brain.
Fight is most enjoyable.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, no, that'll be the end of her turn.
Okay. Mr. Burbles.
Mr. Burbles makes a burbling sound.
You find out why he's called
he just
Mr. Burbles.
steps. He's gonna step forward,
I need to get some
sit
water.
down, and
Yeah.
everyone hears a very loud burbling.
Ooh.
As he releases the build of exhaust fumes from his
I'm
explosive
sure I've
diet.
got a poison cloud.
Oh god.
Acid cloud all day. Where was it? There it is. 20 feet, I believe. Was it 15? 15.
50 radius, though. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on.
Huge.
I need to
Holy
actually
shit.
measure this out first. So 15-foot radius from him would be that big. Okay.
Sogeg, hold your breath.
The confused face
Big
slightly
splat. There we go.
enrages. Just say, I didn't think we were beating it this much that you had to make it hard. I
So
respect.
Doesn't sit well.
each creature within that radius must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw, or you can choose to hold your breath.
I will hold my breath.
Well, the dinosaur doesn't know that it needs to because it just had a dog fart in its face, so.
Pogeg, hold your breath.
But it is unaffected.
Ooh.
But the fumes remain. There's no strong wind at the moment. So it will hang
There's
in the air for 30 seconds.
Definitely a strong wind. I can smell it.
Anything else from Mr. Burbles? As that's only one of his attacks. Oh, also, roll a d6 for me.
All right.
Oh, yes. I'll recharge.
Hey, he
Yes.
gets it again next turn. So we can't use it again this turn, but you know, he can add more to the pile if he needs to.
That crab really doesn't sit well.
Yeah, it really did not sit well with him.
Mr. Burbles, what I tell you about seafood? Okay, so question. Can the second part happen as a second second part of his turn, or does that have to wait for the next turn around?
I mean, so the second part is as soon as a spark happens in that area, it explodes. Doesn't matter whether it's from Mr. Burbles or from something else.
Oh
That
no.
area is now explosive.
Okay, so the
Unless
second
fumes
part
are
of his
just-
turn,
Yeah.
he'll turn his head around and nibble on his back and create a little bit of
Yeah,
sparks.
he can scratch at the ground and set it on fire briefly, which will then ignite the entire thing.
Yeah, he just kicks behind his ear, little matchstick claws.
Well,
There we go.
so that would be. Let me just measure to make sure we're measuring right. Sphere. But from the roughly the center, so
Sorry,
yeah,
so
it's
good.
going to be Sogeg, Mr. Burbles, the dinosaurs, Zolk, and Pogeg all need to make dexterity saving throws.
What's really tragic about this is Mr. Burbles is the only person in range of my aura protection. You get an additional. You do get an additional +2 to Mr. Burbles' saving throw.
Because this affects Mr. Burbles as well. I think he's immune to fire, so he doesn't really care. But is he
Shoot,
immune
Mr.
or is he
Burbles.
resistant to fire?
Immunities to fire.
Oh, then he doesn't need to roll because
Pogeg-
it's only fire damage, so he doesn't care.
Is this damage and half? So Pogeg does have evasion. So,
So
if I
yeah, it'd be
pass this,
half on a success. Yeah.
come on, Pogeg, power +D4 because
Oh,
of
so Spinosaurus
thing as well.
fails.
It's not an advantage. That's a fail.
That's definitely a fail.
Okay.
Double check. I'm definitely not at advantage. Wait, give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm gonna hold.
What's the DC?
Is 14.
Bugger.
Shit. I'm just trying to remember. For some reason, do I have anything that gives me extra evasion?
I don't
no.
think you've got Shield Master. I think that's the only thing I can think
No.
of that's close that you might have been able to.
And Sogeg easy passes this. Like he doesn't even try. Passed. No, he does not.
No, he does
I
not.
forgot to give myself proficiency in Dex.
Scuds, go ahead and roll 4d8.
Ooh.
10 points. Oh, that's 44. 48. So that's 16 points of fire damage, half as much on a success. And I
negative
believe
12.
no one succeeded. So
Ow.
as Mr. Burbles is immune to it anyway, so he doesn't get affected. The Spinosaurus takes 16. Zolk, you
God.
take 16. Sogeg, you take 16. Pogeg, you take 16.
I'm thinking of a different character that has resistance against fire. Curses.
No, Mr. Burbles' bullet is not there anymore because he exploded it. But you can do it again next turn, which, you know,
Mr. Burbles.
considering Zolk is now down, may not be the best idea.
I
What's a bold move?
didn't realize Zolk would be caught in the blast.
It was a 20-foot
But
range from
this
that,
is
so it's
how you
an
learn
extra
those
5 feet
things.
on top of that. It just clipped Zolk and Pogeg, just because of the size of Mr. Burbles, because he's size large.
Ouchies.
Yeah, it covers a large area.
Yes, it was only negative 12.
Yeah, you're fine. Besides, you've got Heroic Destiny, so you should be at 1.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you're knocked down.
Alive!
The Rat-a-tat used Endure.
We tried to kill him. Didn't work.
Well,
Damn it.
in desperate revenge, the Spinosaurus will use its last of its current legendary actions to scratch at Mr. Burbles.
Eat him.
23 to hit, doing 25 slashing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mr. Burbles just looks him dead in the eyes and just spits on the ground like it's on.
Oh, the Spinosaurus is literally lightly smoking from a lot of like scorch marks from that explosion. It definitely felt it. Okay, Zolk, you're alive, but barely.
Zork has a bucket.
Zolk has got a bucket.
Bucket.
Okay, and he's going to try and make a deck save. Fails. It takes 3 fire damage. What a mighty bucket. I believe.
Was it worth heroic destiny?
I believe it's a bonus action to use your Eldritch Cannon.
Is it? I need to read that again.
Mainly because I remember the Protector being a bonus action and it being broken as shit.
Well, it doesn't have legs because it's a bucket.
You could give the bucket legs if you wanted to. If you wanted to have a deployable flamethrower bucket. And also, this makes sense for Theros because in ancient Greece they had Greek fire, which was boat-mounted flamethrowers. So,
I'll allow it.
and I'm the DM, so
Yeah, we discovered they used buckets.
they use buckets of fire.
It doesn't say.
Pythagoras
either that or
built a
I'm
death
blind.
laser, it's fine.
I'm either blind or it doesn't say. So do you want me to attack it anyway?
Let me have a quick look.
I'm gonna go with you're probably blind.
Eldritch Cannon.
Dismiss it as an action. Oh yeah, it's a bonus action to cause it to activate if I'm within 60 feet. Okay.
Yeah. On each of your turns, take a bonus action to cause the cannon to activate. And as part of the same action, if it's got legs, you can cause it to move 15 feet. But it's not got legs because you had it handheld.
Yeah, I might give it
That's
legs
your bonus
next time.
action.
So that end, we bonk it with the bell.
Give it a bell bonk. It would be an advantage because of Neil Spit.
Here's another bonk.
It's a
We
good
don't
thing it
want
was
that
an advantage. Okay. I
Christ.
believe this is the first you've had a rest since, but I don't know if you're mutated is where is it?
We had a short rest.
We had a
which
short
doesn't
rest,
regenerate.
not a long rest. Yeah, so it wouldn't trigger that one. Which is a shame. Because it'd be funny to
Can't
give
give it
this the Spinosaur a second set of clawed arms.
No, it wouldn't.
I think it'd be fun.
And I'm going to boldly stay next to it.
Well, that is
Ooh.
wise.
A bold fella.
As it is its turn. And it's
Oh.
pretty hurt. But it's also only just bloodied. So it's still fighting fit. And let's decide who is getting the worst of it. That will be... Ooh, Sogeg will get the worst of it.
You think you can harm me, beast?
He's certainly going to try.
I laugh at your
Yeah,
attempts.
you definitely laugh at his attempt as he
I swat
bites
away.
down onto your shield.
This is a Cronian steel.
You
It's not even
bat
steel,
it
it's
away.
bronze. That's how
Before
advanced
it
it is.
flicks at Zolk with its tail.
I'm very happy
21
that
to
missed.
hit, doing 26 bludgeoning damage.
Back down I go.
I believe you have a Phoenix Feather.
I thought I gave that to Pogeg, but
Did
I
you give
didn't
that
take
one
it
to
off.
Pogeg?
You did, yeah.
I forgot to take it off.
Because I know that two
We
people
have several
one.
of them.
You have two of them. One of them's now been
Oh.
used. I just don't know who has the second one.
I forgot where the second one went.
That sounds like it's in your pocket.
I believe
Definitely not got it.
it
Well, I
is.
know
it's
I don't
like-
have it.
It's magic, isn't it? It appears where it's most needed.
Well,
I
now I
actually
believe.
honestly do believe we did give it to him because we're like, he dies all the time.
Yeah,
this makes sense.
I'm pretty sure Zolk still had the
Sounds
other
right.
one.
All
Zolk
right.
had the other one for quite a while, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely not in my inventory.
Or does
I don't
Scuds
have
have the other one?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I did initially, but I tried to
You
give it
gave
up,
it a thing,
and I
okay.
think I gave it, yeah, and then it got cycled back,
Okay.
and then we dished it to somebody else. So the other one I think has been with Zolk the whole time.
Okay. Yeah, Zolk, you immediately hit 0, and then you get surrounded in healing flames, and are immediately back to 45.
It's good that we're using all of our one-time mega weapons on a
And now
creature.
both of your Phoenix Feathers have been used.
It's a good thing.
Well, it's now going to claw at Mr. Bubbles.
Oh, you monster!
It still has 2 more attacks.
You monster!
17, which I believe just about hits because it's now 16. Yeah, for 25 slashing, and then 1 more claw against Sogek.
I pre-laugh in his face. I shouldn't have pre-laughed in
25
his
to
face.
hit, doing
It
19,
hit.
which gets reduced
I
down to
let it
9.
hit me. I let it hit.
And I need a Constitution saving throw. Made at advantage.
Yes. Oh.
You don't care. You're still so angry. You're fully defended. And Zolt seems to be losing all of the spaghetti in his pockets.
Put it back.
Okay, Nadrin. How can you
Okay.
match up what you did last turn? Can you save the
No.
day
Yeah,
again?
I don't think I'll be able to repeat what I just did.
That's quitting attitude.
I will try a magic missile again, though.
You go for the
so-
magic missile again. So go ahead.
2d8, wasn't it?
It was 2d8. Yes. Determine the
Double
type of damage.
5.
Double numbers.
It's only
Oh,
6
An
chance.
8 or a 7. So it could either be psychic or thunder
Or an 8 even.
damage.
Of a double.
I think I'm gonna go for thunder.
Go for thunder damage. Okay.
Yes.
Any sorcery points on this one?
Yeah, I'll use another sorcery point.
Okay,
So
so
now
it'll
I'm
be
on
6d6 plus 6.
So, now I've got to open the dice roller again. 6d6 plus 6.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
a
takes
couple ones in there, that's not
24
right.
points of thunder damage.
Good.
It is definitely taking some damage from those magic missiles. There's this magic missile barrage.
And I am gonna walk forward a little bit.
Okay. You get your bonus action fly 10 feet, so you can make it look fancy and everything.
Yeah, I used my very fancy flying forward.
Okay. Neil.
Neil is gonna. Should he walk up or should he just spit? Can he walk up? It's not supposed to be around. There we go. He can technically walk up, but do I want him to?
Do you want
Not
to?
really.
He does have a lot of attacks that do quite a bit of hit. But then
I
again,
mean,
Neil doesn't really care because you've seen
They
the level of
don't
damage it
really
does, and Neil can take quite a few of those before he starts noticing it.
Scars are cool as well.
Can take some damage, but I don't want to hurt Neil. He is going to. He's going to spit again. Where did his character sheet go? I've lost his character sheet. Great. I've got so many things open at the moment. Right, okay. So he's gonna spit. Is it still an advantage?
It would still be an advantage because it's not underwater, so it's not immediately being washed off. Although that
Okay.
might be changed when I need to rebalance this thing because holy shit. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and then he is going to not measure things out. He's gonna walk up to it
Confidently.
Saunter.
and bite. And that's a natural
Okay,
20.
yeah. He definitely bites for 18 piercing.
Ooh.
It is not grappled because it's like significantly bigger than you.
I mean,
He's
grapple is
grappling a
kneels on the
toe.
side of
It's
him.
currently means that if it walks away, you can choose to follow it. Essentially, as you just refuse to let go. But yeah, a solid crit for 18 piercing damage.
Yes, exactly.
This is a small dog just attached to the leg. Is that everything?
Yes.
Okie dokie. It is going to use its legendary
Bite him
action
back.
to try
Bite.
and claw Neil off of his leg.
A crit for a crit. It's only fair.
For 15.
Oh, that's his
Ooh,
AC.
so that's 18 slashing damage.
Okay.
So he tries to swipe you off.
Did I just deafen myself? I think I deafened myself there for a second.
Whoops. Okay.
Apparently, my minus key is also my deafen key.
Sogag.
With sweaty brow and bloodied arms, Sogeg just hears the great boot of Pogis in his head. As such an epic, such blood has been spilt, this needs to be memorialized for the glory of Mogis. So I scuttle, carefully climb myself up this big rock. As I put my hands to the sky, I call on the powers of great Mogis as I'm going to use 2 piety points and with a divine intervention. As I ask Mogis, let me cement this great fight. With a bounteous blood, I'm essentially asking him to supercharge my compelled duel. At the same time, I call an epic duel with this great beast. As I call to Mogis.
Yeah. Spend those 2 piety points as it's going
Or ceremonial.
to attempt to save.
But it's not wise. It's quite wise.
But I'm going to say that is still a fail because it met, but with the divine intervention, essentially raising the DC slightly. But it may come with a caveat. We will see. That is also concentration, so it does drop your.
Yes, I dropped my.
AC.
I realise that the blood must flow. This fight must be.
As it is compelled to duel with Sogeg. So it is going to attempt to claw at Sogeg. As long as you're still within vague range.
I run away. No, I stand my ground.
No, yeah, 50, so now you are out of range for its claws. So.
Oh, thank God.
It's already at disadvantage. Eeny, meeny, miny. Mr. Burbles.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've been blooded so much.
He's going to claw at Mr. Burbles for another 27 points of slashing damage. But Mr. Burbles is a tank, so he doesn't really care all that much. Holy shit, he's taken a lot of damage and doesn't give a shit.
Little beast.
He just locks eyes with the dinosaur again.
The dinosaur is staring horrifying dino daggers into Sogag.
I do.
Okay, Pogeg.
Pogeg hears the rallying crawl of his great master. As I'm also going to scurry and climb up onto Sogeg's shoulder and wave the great flag of Mogus as I'm going to toot my horn for all to hear this epic bloody battle.
Make a performance check.
Behold my horn! It's a 5.
He blows into the horn, and it just rings in your helmet of just this deafening, just unpleasant sound. But it's kind of endearing. Doesn't do any benefit to you, but doesn't do anything harmful. He didn't roll a natural one, so it's not too
Not
bad.
sure. Yeah, is Pogeg a curse or is he a boon? I'm not sure yet. Not sure I've been punished by Mogus or not. Well, I can't be angry at the little scamp, as that is Pogeg's turn.
Okay. Let me. Okay. It's going to be Mr. Burbles again. For a further 24 slashing damage.
I'm happy I spent piety to get Mr. Burbles clawed multiple times. This was worth it. Thank you, Mogus.
If you were one step closer, these all would have gone against you.
Yeah. Oh no, that was unironic. I am very happy it's at Mr. Burbles.
He's still
Thank the Lord.
okay-ish. Mr. Burbles can still take a bit more. So it is now Scuds' turn. Scuds, are we there?
Oh.
Oh, see, be right back. That's poor timing.
Very poor
So
timing.
I will just update Mr. Burbles' damage. We will
party just
return
stares.
to her turns as soon as she comes back.
There's no time to twiddle your thumbs in the sand.
Zolk,
Sandcastles can wait.
Bucket.
Oh no.
get it,
I don't.
Bucket.
That's. Oh god. Oh
It's
no.
so bad.
It still failed.
I'll take it.
It still took 5 points of bucket damage.
And then I will spend 5 charges of me skull.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast lightning bolt.
Super laser, go!
Oh.
Where is it? Did I forget to put it on my sheet?
Love lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt at level 5 as well, I believe.
Oh.
I did indeed forget to put it on my sheet. One moment, please.
Why is Zolk reading a book at a time like this? There's a gigantic dinosaur eating us. Stop being a nerd. I didn't call on the powers of the blood god for you to be a nerd.
Of all things for me to forget.
It's almost like you don't like using your helmet of laser powers. And don't forget to roll on the screaming bell table.
Indeed. Was it meant to be at level 5?
I believe so. I think that's how I worded it. Or was it the Thunder Step that was leveled up? One of them was leveled up.
Oh yeah, it is at 5th level. Oh god.
Yeah.
That means the last time I did it was wrong.
Level, yeah.
Oh dear. So, there is part 1,
Big zap.
and there is part 2.
Okay.
Nice.
First of all, dex save. No, it's going to take a mighty 30 points of lightning damage. Why did you only get a 3 from the higher level for that? Bloody hell. Also, roll a d4. Pick 2 targets.
Tricky
You
choice,
know,
isn't it?
Neil's a good boy. He'll manage.
Okay.
So it'll be Neil and the dinosaur.
Neil and Dinosaur both need to make dexterity saving throws.
Do we need to beat?
14.
Come on, Neil. Just roll a 10. That wasn't supposed to be it. Advantage.
Yeah, so that's a 12. So 2d10 lightning damage.
I will grant Neil a +2.
Neil's within 10
Hey,
feet of me and he gets +3 as well.
hey. So it's 2d10 lightning damage, but only the dinosaur be affected by it. Ooh,
Oh my god.
a mighty
Zapped.
16 definitely gets zapped. Okay.
So Neil doesn't get that now?
No, because if you pass that save, you take no damage. It's only if you
Okay.
fail a save you
Nice.
take the damage from the Screaming Bell. Okay. Scuds, I believe you're back. So we've got you and Mr. Burbles, who took 24 points of damage from the Spinosaur, which I've already taken off him.
Thank you. I had to deal with moving related stuff, so appreciate it. Fortunately,
Ever
I
the
know
wandering
that's-
Unibor.
Indeed. So she is going to use her bonus action to go into a rage.
Okay. First of all, make you bigger. And then, okay, so you can choose a creature you can see within 30 feet of you. And
Oh,
they essentially have disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the start of your next turn. And you can keep doing that as a bonus action on your turns. So at the moment, you can't really target anything that wants to cause you harm, but on your next turn, if it survives, you can then try and get into its mind and cause it to have disadvantage against you. But it's already at disadvantage against you because of Zulk.
Yes.
And now she's going to charge forward into its face.
Okay.
And I think we gotta grapple it and try to stuff it in the granny pocket.
Okay.
Got to at least try.
Let's have a look. That'll be...
As she's wrestling with it, she's like, I gotta ask Granny why you glow.
Okay, make an athletics check. That is a success.
And
So-
she's going to continue to try to grapple it into the granny pocket.
And that is a fail. So 1 success, 1 fail.
She makes a frustrated grunt while it's just grappled partially in. And yeah, no, that's everything.
Okay, Mr. Burbles.
He's been staring this thing down, but he's so hurt.
He's
He's
pretty
angry.
wounded. He's done
feisty.
well.
And like, Soge can't tell if it's the distortion of his helmet or what, but he almost swears he hears Mr. Burble say something that sounds like "For Mogus" as it slashes out with its matchstick claw.
It would be an advantage, not disadvantage for this. So it'll be the 23, which would hit. And then... Oh, it can't set on fire anyway. So you slash out and you see Mr. Burble's claws go through its neck. And with the amount of blood pouring out of it, it should be dead. But it still stands and fights, glaring down at Sogek.
Hershey-mogus.
Almost like a duel has been divinely demanded.
I know,
And it can't die until Sogeg specifically kills it.
It is as it was written.
So again, you swing out with the claws, dealing horrifying damage to it. It should be well past dead at this point. But it remains determinedly alive.
I think we need to talk to Mr. Burbles about some pent-up rage issues.
I say
Yeah.
that's
God damn.
drama. We've got issues.
Okay. So, it is going to attempt to shove Mr. Burbles out of the way. So
Please fail.
it will be a strength versus either Mr. Burbles' strength, athletics or acrobatics.
Believe in you, Mr. Burbles. Believe in you.
Oh, probably.
Mr. Burbles. Mr. Burbles. Mr. Burbles, come on now. Go on, Mr. Burbles.
There's still a chance.
I'm chanting him on. Come on.
What does he need?
He needs to beat a 9 on an athletics or acrobatics check.
I've run out of genius, so I can't help here.
Oh yeah, he beats it. So it doesn't manage to shove Mr. Burbles out of the way. So he's just going to have to rely on the few things he's got that's got the range to still get to Sogeg, which
He's
is
a
his
really
tail.
long neck. Yeah, try and hit me
The
with your
20.
tail. That is a hit. Shouldn't have dropped concentration. It was a foolish choice.
For 18, and a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration.
Yes.
Actually, no, you will auto succeed concentration on that because it's literally divinely caused. He's then going to try and bite you.
Please miss. Please miss.
17.
Yes, thank. Oh, Mogus wills it. He loves me.
And then he's got 4 within range. So it's going to be a quick claw against Scuds. Advantage still. 20 to hit. Doing
Definitely hits.
26, which would be reduced down
13?
to 13 slashing damage. And as your fiery blood splashes against it, you see that too burn deep into this monster. But it seems to be powered by its own blood loss.
Wait your turn, monster. I'm getting there.
Okay. Nadrin, is there anything you'd want to do?
I don't know. I think I will just Eldritch Blast it this time,
That's fair.
which is 2 beams.
2 bolts at advantage.
Clicked it, and boop.
Yeah, both slam into the side, carving deep rents into its flesh. But it's still just determined to go. Almost like it is just a puppeted skeleton at this point. There's barely anything left alive on it.
And couple steps closer, and that'll be it for me.
Okay, and Neil, who is currently chewing on its toes.
He's gonna continue chewing.
Okay,
Tasty toes. Ugh.
see if you can take one off entirely. That is a hit, and continues to bite through. You know what? Yeah, I'll let him completely bite clean off one of the Spinosaurus toes.
Yay! He feels accomplished, like
There
he
you
did
go.
something.
You managed to saw through the meat of this Spinosaur toe. And I don't particularly want to dwell too much further on that one. In both pain and pure frustration and the might of Mogus filling it, it raises its head to the sky and bellows louder than even its frightening one beforehand. I am going to need... let's see how far... Okay. I'm going to need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Everyone within 10 feet of me gets +2 to this.
Uh,
And I get advantage. Ooh.
Is Mr. Burble still also giving the +4?
yes.
Ooh.
Oh, no, because you moved more than 30 feet away from it.
Okay.
Door.
Okay, so we've got Sogek, Neil, Salt, Pogeg, okay. And +2 to Pogeg, Mr. Bubbles, and Neil. So,
And Scuts, I believe.
is Scuds within 10 feet? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. So. So, for Sogeg, Zolk, Pogeg, yes, you. Oh, Nadrin. You would take 18 points of thunder damage. For everybody else, you would only take 9.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So it was 18.
18 for basically it was a DC 18 save. If you got above an 18 or 18 or higher, it would be 9 points. Lower than 18, 18 points.
It's not close. It's not close.
I missed if Mr. Burble's passed or failed.
Mr. Burbles passed, so he would take 9 points of thunder damage.
Oh boy. Well, he goes down anyways.
Burbles, overwhelmed by the roar of this creature, falls unconscious. He's not dead, just at 0. Sogeg,
It's an
you
old
were the one
Acronian
that told this thing to keep living.
An old Acronian saying, when you have 87 bands of straw, Sogeg only has 2 left. I'm thinking of the most Mogus way of ending this, and I
on
think
a scale
I know
of 1 to 87, he's feeling about a 2.
about a 2. As Mogus demands blood, and blood I shall give him, I brandish my ring of jumping, and as a bonus action, I cast jump on myself.
Okay.
As I vertical leap, and grabbing my great spear, I'm going to try and descend upon the great beast.
Okay, make an attack roll. You are at advantage because of Neil.
Advantage,
but
does
also
it hurt me?
I will give you a bonus just from the jumping onto it, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay. How high up are you jumping to land on this thing?
As high as possible.
Okay.
So I'm definitely taking fall damage, I think.
Yeah, because you've got the ring of jumping.
No.
So you cast jump on yourself, but that's it. So that's
Yes.
3 times your jump distance, which should be 10 plus an extra 5 feet for each point of strength you have.
10, so 30, so 90 feet.
So you'd be 9d6
Jump 70 feet.
extra damage.
You know what? I
And
do
it'll be
that. I do
split in
that.
half between you.
As I say, stay, Zolk. As this is, I ask for the powers of Mogus. I must accept them. As I will do 32 points of damage to myself.
It would be split between. So
No, yeah,
it would be 16 points of bludgeoning or of additional damage that you're doing to it, and then 16 points of bludgeoning damage to yourself. So yes,
I
land
just land with my spear
directly onto the center of its forehead, skewering straight down, but with such force that you break your own legs.
So get down.
Okay. I'll give everybody an action before we start rolling death saves for our 2 downed poor individuals. So, any immediate actions from anybody?
Gonna run up.
Scots is gonna use her charges of healing light.
Yes, I believe as a divine warlock, which I keep forgetting that you are. Yes, you do have a.
You're a
essentially
warlock too?
Yeah, as a free.
Did not realise that.
Yes, because you've got Armor of Agathis that I don't think you've actually used yet, which would be pretty terrifying.
Oh, it's such a good spell.
Well, combined with the
spell.
fact that Scots already does a flat 5 fire damage, so she'll be doing a flat 5 fire and flat 5 cold whenever something hits it.
Oh my god.
I think
used
we did that level
so
up before I
much
took a
in
break.
Strahd, it was so good.
And also has the barbarian ability to give herself or other people more spell slots.
I'm waiting to see what this thing is before I make a decision.
So I'll roll a d6 for Mr.
So-
Burbles and a d6 for Sogig.
Okay.
Sorry.
So can you do?
See how it is.
Yeah, it's a bonus action, isn't it? Essentially, it's Healing Word, a free version of Healing Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we out of combat?
Nice.
We are out of combat, so we'll allow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
the
needed.
deal.
That's
Because
why.
even if I'd had one of them roll a death save and they got a natural 1, it still wouldn't have killed him before you managed to heal the other, so it wouldn't have mattered. But yes, you managed to give 4 points of health back to Mr. Burbles, so he should be at 4 health. And 1 point to Sogeg. I will get rid of the.
She's then going to give Mr. Burbles a big hug and use Cure Wounds.
Try and
Live, Mr. Burbles.
put some of his
live.
bits back together. Not only did he have bad crab, but he got yelled at by a dinosaur and almost died.
Zolk's gonna offer Sogig a high five.
I offer him a low in return. I put my hand out, but you're a bit too small for a high five.
Gotta cure yourself.
Oh, it was a good low 5. I'd like to just sort of like stoop. For God's sake! Why are there rats in my armor?
Oh, I need to find some brain rats or cranium rats.
Get them out! Get them out of my helmet!
Oh. Swarm of cranium rats.
There's a cost to everything you see.
That could have been really good because it could have doubled the spell. It could have been really bad. It could have caused a lot of damage.
Give a feet
If it gave him extra arms.
I mean, if it took him back down, I've got an
Cranium
epithet for
rats.
that. It's fine.
So,
Just a constant cycle of Zolk killing me and reviving me. It's a nightmare. Oh god,
What do
those
cranium
are
rats
horrible.
even do?
Well, these are what
Brain
they look
things.
Oh god.
like. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Alright.
Also, I need to roll a d6. See how long they just hang about for about 40
They
seconds.
kill you with cuteness.
These things are something you have definitely seen in your times still with your clan of rat folk in the world between worlds. Is there a common tool by some of the higher ups to send messages to one another, as these are telepathic rats that essentially have had little pieces of Titanstone engraved into their brains, making them relatively intelligent and able to cast spells,
Oh my god.
including Dominate Monster.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh, Lord
interesting.
knows.
So, 4 rounds is how long exactly?
So that it would be 24 seconds.
Right, that's long enough for me to show them a piece of Titan's blood and say, point me in a direction for more.
Okay, let's
Ooh.
have a look. Okay. Okay, fantastic. They all in perfect unison, almost like they are just one single entity rather than a swarm of many tiny rats with their brains hanging out, suddenly turn and run down this path.
I'm following, I don't care.
Wee.
Must follow.
Okay, anybody else following Zolk and his rats before they suddenly disappear?
As he was running, I'd like to interact with the Spinosaur. If anyone else had any, unless anyone else wants
There
to.
is the remains of a very, very badly damaged Spinosaur. It's
Yes.
almost unrecognizable at this point.
I don't need all of it. As I just grab my great Zeiston, and as I claim for Mogis, I'm going to attempt with the assistance of Pogeg, tooting his horn, I hope, in triumph. I'm going to try and decapitate it, sever at the very least its spine from its skull.
Make a survival check, please.
Could I have advantage from Pogeg assisting?
Yes, you would do.
Oh, yes. Survival. Wow, I'm bad at this. Mediocre at this.
Yeah, it takes a good few whacks. You probably spend a good few minutes going through it. So by this point, Zolk's just disappeared from everybody. As you stay behind to hack off the head of this Spinosaur. But
Then,
after a while, you manage to cleave head from shoulder or head from neck.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I look to the great head that I assume is quite large.
It's about the same
And
size as yourself.
As I say, I offer the skull for the skull throne, as I attempt to give Pogis a mighty head, as I've been saving this for a very long time, but I still have half of the Pogeg disappearance dust. I pour my very careful Pogeg disappearance dust on the skull.
Okay. You pour the Pogeg disappearance dust on the skull while praying to. Are you praying to Mogis or to Pogis?
It's Mogis, but I keep slipping a P on the start of the M.
Pomogis.
Trying to be too. Pomogis.
You pour the strange crystalline dust onto the skull, and the moment the last speck hits it, it disappears, leaving just a bloody stain on the sand.
May his bronze boot be shiny, and may his new hat fit him. I do the symbol, and Pogeg, in turn, does the triangle.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything before chasing down wherever Zolk's gone after?
Scuds would like to see. She'll use another charge of magical awareness to see if the blood of the dinosaur is also glowing. Or oops, there we go.
The blood
Is it just the markings?
isn't glowing, it's just the markings. But as you're able to get much closer to it now that it's dead, you see that whatever was glowing was a sort of almost like a paste that was put on the side of it that was kind of hard to spot for anybody else. It's relatively translucent, but for yourself, it's quite luminescent of this sort of cyan blue.
I have bad news.
No.
Someone painted on this. So they're maybe gonna be mad. She scratches her head and then begins to put it in the granny pocket.
Just the entire headless. Right, okay. I will mark that you've got a headless Spinosaur in the granny bag.
I just say like I hope Granny didn't need the head of it.
She'll find 10 better heads for it.
Exactly. I'm helping really.
That is true. She can always just sew a new head onto it.
Granny's crafty. She's got this.
In fact, I'll be surprised if she stops at one.
That's why I said heads, and I'm like, that. I misspoke, but that was definitely a Freudian slip there.
Yeah, let's see what chimeric monster this turns into. You sent quite a few corpses Granny's way. I wonder how they can be Frankenstein together.
It'd just be like a
The
big
crab claws I
meteor.
put in.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Granny just like don't turn it into a real creature. Just have like a bunch of stitched gigantic monsters, and you just drop them on people. Fact. I'm going to take this time while we're doing this. I'm just going to cast my last spell slot, a level 2 Cure Wounds on myself.
Sensible.
I feel disgustingly like a paladin right now. Ugh.
This healing.
It's healing off of me.
Why are you putting blood into your body? It's supposed to be coming out.
Sogek learnt in that last fight, and it was from the inspirational healing of the creature, that sometimes to heal means that more blood can flow.
That is fair.
You might take that to heart. I might have learnt a lesson.
Nadrin, are you doing anything while people are taking a break to harvest this corpse and Zolk is following rats with brains?
This is a very weird situation.
I mean, it's just another day in Theros, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, Zolk just summoned some rats with their brains out and is just following them.
Definitely a wise idea to run off into the dinosaur-infested jungle alone.
I don't think it was. No, you said it.
Which way did he go? Was it like
He ran
this way?
into the forest, basically down this path here.
I'm gonna follow him, and Neil is gonna come with me.
Okay, you're gonna try and keep pace. Okay. So Higgins Scots will be a few minutes behind.
Oh, I might just leave him, honestly.
Just where
I'd
people
accept
would be.
No, you healed me, and then didn't kill me. You have my eternal thanks.
Okay, so we'll give Nadrin, Zolk, and Neil a few moments to explore first before Scuds, Sogeg, and their companions also arrive. So you rush in following the rats before they get to about this point, before just suddenly dispersing, digging into the ground, running off, just straight up disappearing into nothingness.
Were they looking in a particular direction before they fucked off?
They were just running this way before the time ran out and they just disappeared.
Bugger.
You sure they just weren't just running away from you?
That's possible.
No.
You definitely got the feeling that not only were those creatures friendly to you while they were there, they understood what you were saying. From what you know from your previous experience with cranium rats, they are highly intelligent and very loyal to rat folk.
Right, we're going left.
Good choice. I like it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Would like to check her compass during this and see if it was pointing direction that we came, or the same direction as the rats.
It's the same direction as the rats.
Okay.
Those clever rats.
So is it currently pointing the same direction Zulk is?
Yes, it's pointing in the direction Zolk ran off. But at the moment, you're not actually on the map, as you're a few minutes behind because you were harvesting the Spinosaurus corpse.
All right.
So
I assume when we catch up, we'll follow Neil's drooly trail.
yes, there will be a glowing trail to follow. It's not going to be difficult to find him. So, Zolk, what do you say? What are you looking for? The moment you're just in the thick jungle, dense, several rocky cliffs and hilltops, and very overgrown foliage just everywhere. You can still hear rustling in the foliage, distant bird calls, low rumbles, stuff like that. As it is very much a living forest that you are, or living jungle that you are in.
I'm interested in whatever this is.
It seems to be. Make a perception check for me, because you are quite low to the ground and it is high up on a platform.
Oh no.
It seems to be a wooden hut, and that's about as much as you can tell from that far away.
Well, in Adrian, do you want to see if someone's home?
Should I play Knock or Run?
Not run, yes. Can I have a look at it? See if I can get anything out of it since I'm a bit taller?
Yes, sure. Another perception check.
I am so great at these.
Do you want to scoot a bit away from me first?
I don't need to, I'm so bad at this.
Yeah, you look over at it and you're like, wow, dry folk are weird. Why would they make structures out of wood? Wouldn't that just rot?
Don't they use fire a lot? Wouldn't that just burn?
Exactly, it would just set on fire. It's not protected by Thassa's glorious water. Amateurs.
Trifolk are weird.
Climb the rock.
Okay, make an acrobatics check
Oh no.
as you try and scramble up the rock. And scramble back down the rock.
He tried, but he's just like not going anywhere. He's
Yeah, just
scrabbling at it.
every step, just gravel and debris falls out from under you, and you're just sort of scrambling and not moving in the slightest. By this point,
Go around.
Skuts and Sogek will have at least caught up enough to see you through the foliage.
What's all this here? I just follow the compass. I trust the compass more than
That's
the strange rats.
a reasonable thing to do. The compass does seem to be pointing at the centre of this strange mass. In this, you get the feeling you are roughly in the dead centre of this island. It's not a huge island.
Can we see any ankylosaurs around?
Make a perception check.
And I'd be specifically looking out if I recognise them.
You can see that they have trampled through here, but there are none in the immediate vicinity.
Interesting.
You can tell that the paths that you essentially followed to get here are likely paths that have been essentially formed from where the herds of ankylosaur have moved around the island. As they've just
Do a
knocked
classic
down
and-
foliage in the way.
I'm going to waste one of my Wrathful Smites. Because I didn't
Why
get to
not?
glow red in the last fight. As I'd start to glow red, as I remember I don't need to do that to do the thing I wanted to do. Oops. So I immediately dropped my Wrathful Smite. Instead, I used my Blood Sense. As I do I see any blood about? Within 200 feet, I believe.
200 feet.
Oh, that's going to be really bright.
You could definitely sense a few nearby creatures. There's quite a lot on the, because essentially 200 feet would cover almost the entirety of the island.
Yeah.
In this immediate space, there is nothing that you can detect that aren't your traveling party.
Interesting.
What you would note from that is that there's probably about 30 to nearly 40 in the direction where you left the captain.
Oh dear. That's an oopsie.
It'll be
Sorry, Captain. Nah, he's just made friends. I reckon it's the birds in it. Not 40 in Spinosaurus.
It could be.
Got to be positive.
They are known for their large numbers.
They are. Maybe he turns into that old dude. That'd be a plot twist. Personally, I'm just going to stay at a distance from dying.
That is reasonable. Scuds, are you doing anything now you've caught up?
Is the compass pointing anywhere in particular?
It seems to be pointing towards the hut at the top of this little hilltop.
She
Or
is
this little
going to start
plateau.
wandering up to the edge of it.
Okay. What would you like to do at the edge of it?
Scramble up it.
It's probably about a 20-foot high cliff at that point. Zolk seems to have found that there is a small path upwards that is relatively steep, but is much more walkable than the side of the cliff. But you can make either an athletics or acrobatics to try and scramble, just to
Let's try
show
an
off.
athletics. We'll do arm day first, and if that sucks, then we'll go for leg day. Okay, it's leg day.
Yeah. You try and scramble, and you have the same problem that Zolk does, where it just seems to keep giving way every time you seem to make ground.
It's too crumbly.
It's very crumbly.
Sometimes you need a scorpion to do a unibore rat's job. Attempt to clamber up.
Okay.
I don't actually. You know what I do? By the power of the ring of jumping, I cast jump on myself.
Yeah, you'd be able to just jump
Not
straight
90
up
feet
there.
jump this time,
Okay.
but I just jump a graceful exact the amount.
I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't have even needed to do the ring of jumping to do that.
It looked cool.
It does look cool. You added some flourish to it.
Just naturally how I
You
jump.
used
I
the
put one
extra
fist,
60
yeah.
feet you needed to just do some flips.
You just would notice that Soga's like rapidly jumping up and down to use up the rest of the 60 feet.
Wow, Soge, you're so graceful. As she continues around.
Like a gazelle. Like a giant scorpion gazelle.
It's funny. They used to all say that to me as well in Across, as they were forced to. But
So, you make your way to the top of this little plateau, where there is indeed a small wooden hut with seemingly a fallen tree, or at the very least a specifically placed log by the northeastern side of it, and a small fire pit that is very much burnt out. There is no fire going at the moment.
oh, is there any wood in this little fire pit? Is it all charred away?
It's all charred away. It's definitely
Damn.
been lit at some point, but without making a check, you wouldn't know how long since.
I'd never get to use it, but I'm very tempted to use my tinderbox and find something that's burnable.
That's fair. Make me have to dig through my resources
While
to
everyone's
find a
doing
lit
like sensible
campfire.
stuff, I'm just gonna look around I'm just gonna look for like twigs on the ground.
Hold on, let me go find me lit campfire.
I'm gonna go pick up lots of like bracken and just dry twigs.
So while Soheg is searching, there we go.
Oh, that's light.
uh,
So
it's
I've not lit a fire in a while. I can't put it down straight. Oh,
yeah. Hold on, I've got to.
going everywhere. There.
There we go. That'll do. That's good enough. Good enough. That'll do. Thanks for making me do that on the fly.
Okay.
Although you now don't know how long it's been since there was another fire in there, because there is now a new fire in there.
I had a strange compulsion that sometimes just got to set a fire.
Sometimes you were just feeling a bit
Glad
chilly.
it wasn't the hut.
Also, yeah, you are setting a fire very close to the wooden hut, but what's the worst that could happen?
Be fine.
It is in a fire pit. It would actually be relatively safe.
Who's going to arrest us for arson? There's no police out here.
True, you're not entirely sure how long since it was last rained here. Could be very dry.
Does the hut not have a door?
It does have a door.
Oh, okay.
In fact, you should be able to
Knock on
see
the-
roughly where the door is, right there.
I just meant because it was already open.
Yes.
So I just couldn't tell.
Or at least it has a doorway, I should say. Yeah, it doesn't actually have a physical door, but it has a doorway.
Right.
Inside, you see a few structural pillars just to keep the ceiling in place, and a weird rock covered in squiggles.
Scots like squiggles. I'm gonna wave Scots over.
All right.
Master of squiggles.
What's up?
There's a
Ooh.
rock.
Is it primordial?
What do you mean by primordial?
Is it something she can read?
No, it just seems to be swirls painted onto the rock with the same sort of translucent paint that was on the Spinosaur. So for yourself, it does seem to lightly glow that cyan blue. But for everyone else, it just looks like somebody has put essentially a thin oil in circles on this rock in the middle of a hut. It's a weird place to put a rock.
Oh, that is a really cool thing, Zolk. She wants to go get a closer look at it. It's glowing. She just slowly walks towards it, like mesmerized, as if she's a moth to a lamp. In fact, she's going to reach out and place a hand on it.
You reach out and place a hand on it, and you can feel all the fur on your hand stand on end, almost like it's statically charged.
The mental image right there.
Very poofy.
Like when you're
very fluffy.
when you touch the static balls, yeah.
Yes.
She's like the fluffiest she's ever been as she turns around and gives Zolk a thumbs up.
You'll get two back.
The finger guns.
Zolk, you have to come touch this.
Yeah, I want to be a fuzzball.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in the wall.
Yeah, it
Haven't
is
touched
quite
the
a
rock.
small hut. It's not very big.
Everyone else just hears giggling.
You touch the rock, Zolk?
Yep.
Nothing seems to happen.
This rock is defective.
bad rock.
Make an Arcana check, Zolk.
God.
You should be good at these now.
About that.
You should be good at these now.
Not great
Whether
at
you
them.
are good at these now is a different question entirely. Well, this thing doesn't set all of your fur on end, turning you into a fuzzball. You do feel a strange sort of vibrating within the skull that you're wearing, the bell that you hold, and the handful of shards in your pocket.
I need this rock. I don't know what for, but this rock needs to come with us.
But we don't know whose rock it is. What
left-
if they had the dinosaur?
How can I hit the rock with my bell?
Unless anyone wants to stop you from hitting the rock with your bell.
Can't reach him.
No,
Okay.
this is science.
Zolt, make an attack roll with the bell. You hit the rock and make a loud clang, but that's about it. You may need to
Nothing
hit it a
happens
bit
in the
harder
back.
than that.
I don't have a pick, so I can't really do a whole lot here.
How heavy is the rock?
It's pretty dense. You'd be able to lift it without that much. It's definitely lighter than the granny stick, but not by much. It's about the same.
Where do I put it? She tries to hand it to Zolk. She'll pick it up.
Yes. I don't have a plan for this.
Don't you have a bag you could put it in?
I was gonna ask, will it fit in the bag of holding, or do I have to send it to Granny?
It would fit in the bag of holding, but you would have to take a few things out of the bag of holding, as it would essentially take up most of the capacity of it.
I look at my full pockets and I look at Zolk. I have to get rid of stuff if I'm gonna put the rock in here.
I can carry things for you.
Okay, so we'll pull a bunch of stuff out. I'll send you probably at the end of stream, so we don't have to do it right now. But I have a bunch of animal skins and stuff.
Zolk is quite small and doesn't have a high strength, so would not have a very high carrying capacity.
She just
And
puts
you
the
already
fucking
have all of
roll-
your own stuff as well, Zolk.
Yeah.
I
I was
don't
like,
know.
put the elephant roll on you, and you just kind of like over encumbered under the weight.
Yeah, well, I don't want to try and work out
Um,
actual encumbrance as to the D&D rules. That's
No.
Skuz has a lot of heavy stuff both on a person and in the bags. So, and adding a rock that is bigger than you, Zol, is probably about just shy. It's probably about 5 by 5 feet. Just this big sphere, essentially, or at least like a squashed sphere. I can't think of the right term for it.
Well, to be fair, there is a solid chance based on my new strength that I might already be over encumbered. I have no idea.
Can I look around and see maybe how lived in or how recent it looks like somebody has been inside?
Make either an investigation or survival check.
Go with survival.
You look around to see if there's any sort of signs of recent movement, and as the floor is mostly sort of like leaf litter, essentially, like hay and dried leaves and stuff like that. You can see where a lot of it has been worn down compared to elsewhere, where somebody likely slept on the floor, or at least paced around quite a bit. How recently? It's hard to tell by the signs within the hut, but you can definitely tell that an individual stayed here for quite a while.
Zolk, I think this is too heavy to take.
Can we break it?
I don't want to break it.
Oh,
We could take it back to the ship.
that's a better solution.
But we could maybe try to find the person who stayed here and see if they know anything about the rock. I want to know why it glows. She, like, gently shakes him.
All right, we'll see what we can find. Come back
How
to-
heavy is the rock?
So it's about the same sort of weight as the granny stick, which I believe is about 700 pounds.
Oh shit! No, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
ridiculously strong.
That's
The only people that could move it would
good
be
point over.
Scud and Sogek.
Don't want to strain my back.
And yeah, it would essentially require
careful.
the entirety of your strength to move.
What if I leave the tree trunk behind and tie my axe head to the rock?
I mean, you can swap the
Ooh.
granny stick for the glowy rock if you want to.
I can roll it if you want. I can roll it.
It would
I
make
don't
for a
mind being
good
the rolling
throwing
guy.
rock.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'll paint eyeballs on it, and can we put it on Sogeg's launcher in the back? Just like strap it in the seat.
I mean, sure, I guess if that is your
Nothing's
want,
stopping you.
sure. Don't know what it'll achieve for you, but yeah, sure.
Well, Scuts is going to use a charge of her magical paints and paint a pair of eyes on the rock.
I'll fire that.
You try to paint on the rock, but it doesn't seem to stick.
Whoa!
It's almost like if you've ever tried to put paint on a sort of hydrophobic surface where it sort of immediately runs off.
Yeah.
Ah. Aw.
Curious.
Well, Scuts is gonna paint the pair of eyes on Zolk instead. Hey, Zolk, can I paint on you?
Sure. What could go
I'll just
wrong?
paint. I'll paint a little eyeball on his shoulder.
Okay. So you now have a painted eyeball on your shoulder. It is literally just a painted eyeball. It is not a real eyeball. It is like essentially an eyeball sticker that you've now got.
Pretty cool.
Damn it. I was hoping for a third eye.
Maybe at some point.
Well, I think we should leave the rock here for now, Zolk.
Sadly.
It's west of the blood stain on the beach. We can find this again. Let's see if we can find some more clues.
Okay. While these two are investigating the rock, what are Sogek and Natrin up to?
Just putting stuff in fire.
Let's just
See
warming
what
up.
burns.
Turn to Soge. Should we be worried about the captain?
like to think of it like he had 30 or 40 blood-covered friends near him.
Well, that's concerning.
I just say.
I mean, your blood sense
look,
isn't detecting like blood outside of the body. It's literally just detecting nearby living creatures.
yes, but there could be blood outside their body.
That is true.
And from my deductions, 100% of the creatures I've seen recently had blood outside their body.
Also very true.
If the captain is strong enough to be a captain, then he will best his foes. You just see me sort of nonchalantly, I'm just sort of like pushing at the stone pit towards the hut slowly. I've run out of twigs to burn. Oh, maybe we should. He is made of water, and water is very, very weak. As we've proven by all these sharks that we've murdered, maybe we should go back and see what's up with him.
I'm sure I'll be fine for now. There's investigating to do.
Exactly.
I really hope he hasn't gone to Granny. I hope he's okay. I'd be very concerned about him if he's gone to Granny.
Who knows?
We have
What
no way
could
of getting to
happen?
Granny's anymore as well, apart from a very long boat ride.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek.
I mean, we could just.
Also, you
It's
kind of
good
hope
to-
he doesn't
yeah.
go to Granny because he's your main way of getting to O'Lantern. So,
Yeah.
Have you seen how good I am at rowing? I'm pretty great at rowing.
Oh, we
You
got-
might be good at rowing, but that's kind of what got us into this mess.
You just see Sogeg, as you mentioned, me getting you into a mess. I've just picked up 2 burning sticks and I'm using them as fake oars. I just practice my rowing arm. These guns can't stop working.
Oh no.
I have to believe you got an
Noticing-
epithet for rowing all night.
Noticing that the pretty fire sticks like leave a trail as I move them, I just start like drawing Sogeg is the best in the air. It's quite a thick canopy, I assume here.
Yes.
Ah, yes. I sort of like just so I can see like the outlines.
Okay, Scuds and Zulk, on your explorations, what would you like to do as you investigate further?
What I'd like to do is kick our place into the hut. I have a feeling I'm not going to do that.
What do you want to do in the hut? I missed that one.
I said the thought is I want to kick the fire pit into the hut, but I have a feeling
I
nobody
mean, you
wants me to
have
do that.
to try and.
Ooh.
It's a literal fire pit, as in it's a hole in the ground where you put stuff to burn. So how you kick a hole into somewhere, I've no idea.
Have you seen this strength roll?
I mean,
Just say
he's
I
only-
attempt to kick the fire pit into the hut because I got faith. You ready for this? Hey Zolk,
Yeah.
watch me kick this fire pit.
Yeah, that's
Oh
a
my
so
God.
good roll, is that?
Oh, my feet! Ow!
You kick the burning stones around the fire pit and it explodes on impact as the stones are superheated from the fire. So it looks cool. You made an explosion with your feet. That's about it. I'm not going to make it deal damage to you though, because I'm not that evil. I was tempted.
Sogeg looks slightly gloats in this success. I'll give the rat one of the flaming sticks I'm holding. Have a stick. It has fire on it. In fact, you can move fire with this stick from one place to another. Think of it as a reverse hole.
Okay.
all right then.
You guys.
So while our cavemen
Maybe
are
we should,
discovering fire, yeah, Scott's what are you up to?
Maybe we should rest here for a minute. Mr. Burbles looks like he's not doing so hot.
We could
Casually
use the
throwing
hut
up his own
as
blood.
resting place. That's inspired.
Would
Feels
you
like
like
I
to take a rest here?
probably really do with the rest as well. It feels safe. There's no
You are
monsters
quite
nearby.
high up compared to the actual ground of the.
If we rest, we
jungle.
really should probably get the captain with us. That seems a bit tight. He's literally only like 100 feet away. He's like 100 feet away.
Well,
We
he's
could.
got 30 to 40 new friends to keep him company.
Should we just shout? Should we just shout for him? I feel like he could probably hear us.
We definitely
even
heard
know
the
his
roars
name.
of the Spinosaurus. His name is the captain.
He's the captain. A captain has no need for name. Only a boat. I'm going to shout out, Captain! Are you okay?
You shout and your voice carries through the jungle, scattering birds and earning a few growls and grumbles from the creatures of the jungle. But you get no response from the captain.
Oh, he dead. Well, tried everything I can. Anyone stealthy want to sneak up and see if he's dead? I vote not me. Possibly
You are
Poke,
not
actually.
stealthy in the slightest.
I thought he was
pat
the
Pogeg.
stealthiest.
Pogeg is, actually. Pogeg is
Pogeg,
ridiculous.
yeah, Pogeg just turns invisible.
How stealthy is Pogeg?
It's got plus 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just turns
Neil has
invisible.
+8. So
Neil's pretty good, considering he's a glow-in-the-dark eel.
Christ. I'll pat Pogeg on the side, and I'll say if anyone wants to join Pogeg, I'll send Pogeg out for a little expedition of his own to prove his might. Go see if the captain's a corpse.
Neil will go with him. He needs someone to protect him.
I jump on the back of Neil, and like a great...
I'll probably just slide straight off because he's quite slippery.
Ew. He sort of sadly puts his little Pogis flag away. Yeah, grand visions. Yeah, I guess we'll go sneaking away. We'll go skulking.
Okay. While the pets sneak off on their own, what is everyone else doing while we're still on this map?
This hut is very crowded.
Yeah, there would not be enough space in the hut for everybody to sleep
I
inside of it.
Would like my armor to stay in one piece, so I'm not going to snuggle near Mr. Burbles.
That's also wise.
I'm going to start digging a pit nearish the fire pit. A pit for me to like bunker down in.
Okay. Skets, what are you up to?
Scuds is gonna sit on this log and kind of keep watch. And she wants to check her compass and see if it's still pointing at the rock or if it's now pointing past the rock.
It is pointing at the rock.
Okay, she's going to stare and ponder at this compass for the short rest.
You sit on the log, and it does seem quite worn, like very heavily scratched by something.
Is there any way she recognizes the claw marks?
Make a nature or survival check. You don't recognize specifically what creature these claw marks are from, but they have a very similar shape to the claws of the Spinosaur, only much smaller. I will give you that it almost looks like this particular log was used as a perch. Something stood on top of it. Regularly enough to leave scratch marks all up and down it.
She's going to no longer sit on this. And she will come sit on the other side of the fire from Sogig.
Okay.
She watches Neil and Pogig disappear into the bushes.
Zolk, Natrin, is there anything you want to do before we send Neil and Pogeg to go and see what's happening with the captain?
I'm going to use my last tinker slot to give my blowgun repeating shot.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
I have given Neil strict instructions to stay quiet and check on the captain, but he probably can't understand him if he speaks, so leave that to Pogeg.
Pogeg can speak common, so. As for Natrin yourself, are you just sitting down and joining everyone at the fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good fire.
Let's move. So this would... I'll leave everyone's tokens where they are, but it would just be Pogeg and Neil.
Oh. That's a sight.
So, first of all, I need stealth checks from Pogeg and Neil.
I am like a ninja. Oh, I am invisible.
That's
Wow, it was a
pretty
low roll.
sneaky. Yeah, that's a low roll, and you still got a 20.
Terrible roll. Ugh.
So, yes, you do creep your way forward. As you get within eyesight of the beach, you can hear the cackling laughter of birds that almost seem to be talking common, but not quite. It seems to be a lot more sing-song and chirpy. Coinciding with the yells of desperation coming from the captain as he seems to be fending off numerous creatures that this gives away the name, but I don't care, that look like this.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Well, they got blood in the
They
name.
seem to be actively scratching at him, laughing at his feeble attempts at trying to defend himself.
Neil, do we save the captain?
I mean, Neil thinks yes.
Does
but
Neil
also
understand common?
can't speak common.
Does he speak? Does he understand common, Neil?
I don't know. Can he?
It should say on his character sheet under his languages whether or not it'll say understands but can't speak common if he.
Nope. He
otherwise-
only speaks Sylvan.
Well, yeah, he only knows
Give me a
Sylvan.
sec. I'm a no. I put two hands on the side of Neil, and I shake his head up and down, and then I shake his head left to right, and I'll release my hands and see what he does.
I tell you what, if you want to try and ask each other stuff, it would be rolling insight to be able to try and understand each other.
Wisdom or intelligence?
That would be wisdom.
Oh dear.
Hey.
Okay, so has no idea how to try and communicate with Neil.
Does Neil understand
Neil
him?
communicate
Let's
better.
find out.
Let's find out. No.
No.
As it looks back with those dead eyes, just staring in two different directions, like,
Then I
I was
accept
happy to be here.
this. I see a slight twinge and assume that it's a nod. As I'm going to you ready for this? Hiding in the bush, I'm going to anonymously shoot a short bow at one of the harpies.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Make
Ping.
an attack roll.
Yeah.
So,
I'm silent like the night.
you ping out a short bow and it does connect with the upper shoulder of one of the harpies that lets out a screech. Make a stealth check.
Haha, you
At
think
disadvantage.
I would ever fail these at disadvantage? Never. Never.
It turns around, trying to see where the arrow in its shoulder came from, but obviously cannot see you at all. And so flaps over to try and look for this particular direction.
Neil.
But is now actively searching for you. So yeah, Neil, I would need a stealth check from as well.
Oh.
There's also a few others coming down from the treetops, having a look, seeing what's going on.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh no.
Neil, I will move you to join Pogeg in cover, so at the very least,
Get him away from me. Piss
you're
off.
hiding.
Find your own hedge. Find your own hedge.
Yeah, ignore everyone else's tokens. It's just so everyone can actually see the map. Yeah, you cower in the same bush while several harpies descend from the treetops looking for where this arrow came from. They are actively searching for you now, so that's... okay, I'll just do a... Okay.
I've got one break idea.
They are searching, but there's not a great deal of cover where that arrow came from. So while they haven't spotted you directly, they don't have a lot of other things to distract them. They will find you essentially in the next turn.
I look to Neil. I know you can't understand me. Trust me. And also, you're really good, so I'm going to be prepared to hide behind Neil when all goes to the van. As I'm going to attempt something that I always fail, but this time Pogeg knows that this time he'll be strong and scary. I get out my horn of Pogus.
Oh no.
As in Goblin, I let out the most ear-piercing, terrifying screech I possibly can into the great horn.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
Crit. As for crit.
Well, that definitely caught the attention of the harpies that now know exactly where you are.
I feel like Sogeg would Sogeg have heard?
Yes, you would have heard, but you are a fair distance away, so...
I am. Get your running boots on.
I would like Pogeg and Neil to roll initiative, please. Oh,
We can't let the captain die, surely. It'll be wrong.
The bulk macro for it. There we go.
Oh, I got a 21.
Neil is speedy today.
Oh, for God's sake, you forget to click the thing.
Certainly is.
So my initiative is 21. So strike that 12. My incompetence won't. Oh, that's handy. I can run away.
Yeah. So Neil, you are first in the order as these harpies turn at the sight of Pogeg screeching into his trumpet and scream as they descend towards you.
And Neil just turn around and leg it as far as he can back to us.
Absolutely. He can just use his action to dash and double his movement speed, which I think is already 40?
I believe it's 30.
30? Well, it'll
And
still
40
be
in the water.
40 in the water, so yeah. He'd still be able to make it 60 feet away from him. So, yes, he can just turn and run.
He's gonna run.
Okay. So, there goes Pogeg. Oh, there goes Neil, sorry. Pogeg, what are you doing?
Well, Pogo definitely wasn't going to run. He just shouts at Neil, "You coward!" But he's surprisingly only about 2 feet behind Neil, as I will also double dash back towards the camp.
Okay. In fact, I think you can triple dash because you've got your...
I can, yes, because I've got a cunning action.
Yeah.
I will triple dash.
So you outpace Neil.
From in front of him, I shout, "Neil, you coward!" I run back to the party as I say,
Let's move you back to the party.
"Neil's a coward. I came back to tell you."
No, you see the desperate, panicked faces of Pogeg and Neil rushing through the foliage, the tree line. Nothing on their tail. It seems that the harpies broke chase not long after. They couldn't fully keep up with you, or at least didn't want to. But you got the feeling that they, when flying, are pretty quick.
Pogeg's going to embellish. The harpies, they's be eating. They're eating the captain. Oh god, the horror. He doesn't even have a flag, boss. He doesn't even have a flag.
Neil is gonna go, because he doesn't know what a harpy is. He's just gonna go, flappy ladies, claw feet, attacking the captain.
It's the curse of the flappers.
So
1920s.
From what they
people.
saw, yeah, the captain had already taken a few cuts and scratches. He wasn't like imminently going to die, but he was definitely losing the fight. It's up to you whether or not you want to take your already damaged selves back down to try and fight off the harpies, which both Neil and Pogeg would know that there were a lot more still in the trees.
Did we get a short rest in that time? I forgot.
No, this has been about 10 minutes.
That makes this.
Guys is
I'm
going.
gonna make my doom wheel.
So,
Okay.
I know Sergej wouldn't know, but
make
they have
it do well.
blood in their name. I've got to go.
I'm gonna mount and go.
You gonna go save him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Sogeg, I need you to stay behind with Mr. Burble.
So, oh yeah, Mr. Burble, is he coming with you or is he staying behind? Is anyone staying behind? Because Mr. Burble's kind of shouldn't be in combat at the moment.
I could leave
Neither should
Pogeg
Pogeg.
behind. I'll leave Pogeg. Pogeg, toot your horn at anything that tries to eat you.
Yeah, like last time.
One day you will correct. One day.
Okay, so we're leaving Pogeg and Mr. Burbles behind. Anyone else leaving anyone behind, staying behind at all?
Unfortunately not.
Okay. I'll move everyone back to the captain. Remove those that stayed behind. Move everyone back to roughly. And give Zolk.
As we run towards them, would we see them before we got there?
You
the brush
definitely hear them, and yes, you would see them over the horizon. The ones that chased off Neil and Pogeg seem to have returned to their little treetops watching the spectacle. But
How about anyone else would like? As we're running towards them, I guess probably. Well, I don't know if they see us first, but like I'd like to just try and launch a javelin at one before we even get there, just as I'm running.
I will
I'll
give
run one over.
everyone an action to do as you are racing towards the captain.
Javelin. Would it be
Do Eldritch Blast.
ranged at disadvantage
Yes.
or normal?
Next to me.
Also long
Not with
distance.
+3. Not with +3. I'm not blessed anymore.
That is a miss.
Sends a message.
I will go for 2 Eldritch Blasts at 2 different harpies.
Okay.
It is a
First one.
disadvantage because I'm close to
Yep.
Zolk.
Good also.
Okay, they both miss.
Helping.
Yeah, it is helping.
Try and just run one over.
I mean,
Wrong one.
they're up trees, so it depends on how much ups your nightmare vehicle has, and also what secondary thing you created it with.
Oh yeah, I can spend a nightmare charge.
So when you're making it, so this is essentially in that 10 minutes that you took to reforge it from one of Sogeg's many nightmares you've collected.
I'm gonna take granting myself a spell charge if I kill something with the thing.
Okay. You can steal people's souls with it.
It has 120 feet.
So yes,
Oh,
you'll be
God.
able to completely overtake everyone else. So I will actually let you take a move if you want to
Nice.
while everyone else is forced to take an action.
I'm gonna completely murder this tree to get to the harpy.
But note that when you take the move action with the vehicle, if you decide to do a different action on your next turn, it will move that distance again. It'll just keep going until it hits something and stops. Or until you use an action to stop. This is
That's
Descent to
fine.
Avernus Infernal
Yes.
Vehicles
Awesome.
rules. So I'm going to try and remember exactly how they worked, but yeah, they're a lot more temperamental than you think they are. So you're
I'm
ramming the
going on the
tree.
I'm going on the assumption that if I run in this direction, it'll run the tree down, the harpy down, and then go.
Well, let's see if that's actually how it all works. So first of all, let me actually have a look at the nightmare vehicle to remind myself on. Okay. So, how fast of a run up are you going? Are you just taking the full, like you've picked it out as soon as it's within range and driving the full 120 feet towards it?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's what we like to see. So
It's gonna be full whack.
first of all, I need the nightmare vehicle to make a strength saving throw. Fantastic. I need Zulk to roll 12d6, please.
So the advanced dice.
Fantastic. You slam at full force into the tree. The tree explodes in just shreds thanks to the slicing wheels. the nightmare vehicle at full speed explodes as it hits the tree and just crumples from back to front. As it also takes 45 points of damage, and I believe its hit points are 30. So,
Yeah.
okay, as you are on it, I need Zolk to make a dexterity saving throw to try and jump off in time to not also explode and die. Okay, that is a successful save. So you do manage to jump off the vehicle before it completely dies. So I'll put you back one space just to see you just diving off and rolling. As yes, these two are now shaken out of the trees, and that tree is no more. Well done.
I did something.
I mean, did it?
I destroyed a tree. That's a victory.
Yeah, those deadly, deadly trees.
Trees have eyes.
Well, that was fun.
Good move.
Yeah, that would have worked better if you had hit something smaller than a tree. As if you essentially hit something that is two sizes larger than the vehicle, and the vehicle is only medium, it also takes the impact damage. So if you hit something size large or smaller, you should be relatively okay-ish. But yeah, it's ramming vehicles is dangerous.
Well,
you've got more nightmares. You can make another one. It's fine.
I've got quite a few.
What's the worst that'll happen? Scuds, you're the only one that hasn't taken an action. As Neil would be out of range for his spit, so.
She's just gonna scoop a rock and chuck it if she can.
Let's huck a rock. Okay, go ahead and huck a rock. You huck a rock at the nearest harpy and completely cave its skull in as it falls limply to the ground.
What are our chances now?
She just lets out a bloodthirsty roar.
Okay. Well, we'll save rolling for initiative for the next session because we're about at time.
Yes.
Hopefully that's an exciting thing to look forward to for the next session. Let's do our end of session wrap up stuff. Yes, we will start the next session, as I'm not sure we're playing next week, with your quest to save the captain. And then you'll also need to go and find out what's happened to Pogeg and Mr. Burbles that have been on their own, sorely wounded in the middle of a dinosaur-infested forest. Who knows?
They'll be fine.
Piety points. You get a point of piety for playing. I forgot to do everyone's minor agendas, so I'm just going to give everybody a point for minor agendas. Because I'm a dumb. I'm sorry. Did you perform a ritual, sacrifice, or great action in the name of your god? That's a point for Sogeg. Did you act in a way that exemplifies the ideals of your patron god? I will give a point to everybody for that one. As I think everybody had a moment where they very much embodied what their patron wants from you. We had Scuds collecting stuff, Sogeg murdering stuff, Zolt being a chaotic gremlin, and Nadrin just knowing the sea is better than everybody else.
As it is.
Story points. You get a point of story just for playing. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? I don't think the Spinosaur was that great a challenge. It didn't kill anybody.
No, it was a
Tried.
coward. It was a
Yeah, so we'll
coward.
give a point for defeating the Spinosaur. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? Almost. If you had kept investigating the weird hut, you probably would have got this point, but I don't think you actually worked out why it was there or what it was doing. It was just a weird mystery. But there's still time to investigate and potentially get that point.
Oh, it might be so. This is the thing, but I'm trying to remember back to one of the original sessions when we walked along. There were the waystones that were like along the specific paths that never changed. I wonder if it's a waystone.
That's remembering the campaign. I'm impressed. Did you perform an act worthy of a new epithet?
Impossible to kill.
I'm going to give Zolk Reckless Driver.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to give Sogeg Skull Taker.
Yay. Advantage at stealing skulls.
Yeah, pretty much.
Smoke is going to be so happy with me.
I felt that I should have called it out in the moment because I'm sure everybody did something this session that was worth an epithet, and now I'm trying to think and I can't exactly remember.
I think so much happened actually.
Yeah, a lot actually happened. Everyone did quite a lot. I've got to give something to Nadrin for the super magic missile. Probably just an
So
upgrade to
good.
the actual magic missile thing, but it was pretty amazing.
I liked Scuts healing the raid boss. That was a solid moment.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the because I think even some of the companions got some epithets this time. I think Pogeg needs to get something for his horn, so it actually does something.
He's trying. He's got to succeed once first. But one time he succeeds though.
I've definitely got to give Mr. Burbles brave or something along those lines, as he took so much damage from that Spinosaur and didn't give a shit. It was pretty impressive.
He was inspired by Sogeg.
Neil needs nerfing. He doesn't need more powers.
Epithet of the nerf.
Yeah.
Manhammer.
So yeah, I think everybody gets at least a point for a new epithet.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a very eventful session. Loyalty for Neil, Pogeg, and Mr. Burbles. You get a point for playing. You get a point for fighting together as one with your companion. Did you sacrifice something for the good of your companion? I'm going to give a point to Mr. Burbles, as he worked hard and almost died, and yes, you dropped everything to make sure he wasn't dead. So I will give a point for that one, as you did try your best to keep him alive. Did your companion perform an incredible action?
Got eaten.
I've got to give a point to all three for this one, because Neil chewed off the Spinosaur's toe. Pogeg got the good role of inspiring everybody with his flag waving. And Mr. Burbles, as I said, was an incredible tank and just refused to die when Pogeg got insta-killed. Zolk even touched death a few times, and yet Mr. Burbles took about 6 swipes from that Spinosaur before falling, so it was pretty impressive.
I like the scale of mighty actions then, of epic combat, and then Pogeg waved his flag real good.
I mean, he did wave his flag
good
real
waving of
good,
flag.
though. It was
was a
enough
very
to
good flag
inspire
wave.
people. It was
It
pretty
was.
good.
He knows his place. He knows what he's best at.
So, hopefully that was a decent session. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Thank you, everyone, for watching, whether you're watching live on Scottspot's Twitch stream or watching the VODs when I upload them to Satyr Atlas. Guys, do you know whether or not we're going to be taking a break for a week and going back, or whether or not we're going to try and play next week?
Yeah, correct. Next week we are not going to be
Yes.
playing because I will be moving. Yay! So it's kind of hard to play while my computer's disassembled and in process to the new place. So we'll be back in February.
Where you will try and rescue the captain from being attacked by a certain number of harpies. Let's just say you've not revealed all of them yet. So,
Ready for it. That one went down easy. Let's go.
yes, they are relatively squishy. It's just that there's a lot of them.
Nah.
It's a type of combat that only Roll20 would let me be able to do, because trying to keep track of this many with pen and paper would just be a nightmare.
Only we had a breath weapon and I didn't leave it at the
If
freaking hut.
only you had a breath weapon or a way to explode something. Light your own farts.
I do have fireball.
I mean,
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
That
that's
has a lot
actually-
of horror that she can unleash. As
Well,
well, just have
everybody,
another
thank you
lightning bolt, I believe.
Everybody will have to catch the next stream the first Thursday in February
Yeah,
to find out what shenanigans we get up to save the captain. And until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care, have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy.